Yeah.
Good morning, beautiful world. I hope you're well. It's a beautiful day here in Manchester, another summer's day, and I'm really excited to be with you all. So, today, as requested by one of you yesterday in the open questions live stream that I did this time yesterday, you asked me to speak to the chakra system. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about the chakras, which are the main energy centers of the body. So let's get into this. First of all, I want to talk about why it's important for us to be aware of our energy and be aware of particularly our chakra system. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Vesta Tilly. So amazing to have you here. Thanks for joining, and thank you for joining also on Facebook. Please do feel free to leave comments and reflections as we are in this flow, because I'll pick them up and so any questions are very much welcome. So to be aware of our energy and work with our energy. So the simple answer is because we are energy beings, and because energy is the fundamental fabric of the universe. We learn this at school in science, it's pretty standard. There we go. Okay. So each wave that arises up the as the Kundalini energy up the chakras is coming from this infinite pool, this infinite ocean of energy. So that wave which is arising itself is a wave, yet it has the energetic backing of the whole ocean. You know, as that wave crashes onto the ocean, it isn't just one wave crashing. It also has the full force of the ocean behind it. And that is a way that we love to describe the Kundalini energy, is that we can draw from that infinite pool of energy and sustain ourselves from this infinite abundant energy and nourish our system. So the Kundalini has two other channels. So we have the central channel of the Kundalini, which is the Sushumna Nadi. This is the central golden canal that connects all of the chakras all the way up to the top. And then we have the Ida on the left side, snaking around, which is the divine feminine aspect of the Kundalini energy, and the Pingala, which is the divine masculine aspect of the energy. And together, these energies, these three channels of energy, create and form the Kundalini energy. So when we're working with our Kundalini energy, we are also ultimately working with our chakra system, because the chakras are located along this spinal channel, this spinal fluid, the central column, the Sushumna Nadi. And what's interesting is that this is very much related to our physical body and the organs, the glands at our physical body. Okay, because we have organs that are concentrated in different parts of our body, particularly our endocrine gland organs. And these are hormone secreting glands that are chemical messengers that send messages to all the other organs and all the tissues and all the different parts of our body to tell them how to function optimally. So these chemical messengers that are made in these glands and these endocrine glands are concentrated at the point of the chakras. So the chakra itself is an emanation of energy that is also influencing these glands. It's influencing how these glands produce these hormones and how they are vibrating, how they are actually communicating, how they're actually working. So we find this association between the energy centers, the chakras, and those particular glands themselves. Okay, so if you Google and you look up any you look up the endocrine system and the chakra system together, you will find very easy associations. You'll see it very easily linked up, and I put a link also on these videos when they're published. You can find that information really easily. So you might say, for example, feel something going on at your sacral or feel an imbalance at your sacral chakra. And you might want to look at that diagram and you might want to see what organs are associated with that part of the body. That is a very useful diagnostic tool for yourself to understand what's going on at a deeper level. So the chakras are also associated with the nerves that are along the spinal fluid, the spinal column towards the back of the body, and that come out from the vertebra. And these nerves come out and they also help to nourish and communicate with the different organs. So our physical body is very much in interaction with each other, in communication with each other. And the physical is, of course, energy. And that energy that is being omitted is concentrating, and that is what the chakras are becoming, the energy emanations at these points. The physical body is coming together to create this energy point, this energy center at the chakra. Those chakras are also linked to our emotions. So we tend to have different emotions or feeling states associated with each chakra. And that again is often related to the endocrine system. It's related to the glands at that particular point. And the glands in the endocrine system, they have particular function. They themselves are messengers. They themselves are sending messages out to different parts of the body to tell these different parts of the body how to behave. And so you can see there are lots of different types of communication that are all converging together at the point. So let's break down just the root, which is the base of our spine. And the root is a red color. Now, the colors also relate to the, should we say, the bandwidth of frequency. So, of course, energy vibrates and oscillates. Vibrate and oscillate can be within a range, and that range of the root chakra, the color associated, the color that is created, the way that we perceive that color with our inner eye and our external eyes is a red. It's red on the color spectrum. The vibration relates to that color. And the root is a very primal connection. It's our primal connection to the earth. It's our primal connection to our body. It's very much associated with our fears, very much associated with our place, our sense of belonging, our that purpose, what we're here to do. So when this chakra is out of balance, then we is being imbalanced, or it starts to become unstable. We may start to question our purpose, our place, our belonging, our sense of belonging. We may start to feel fears arise. We may start to feel unstable, have this sense that we are unstable. And so the mind will start to come in. And these are all signs and symptoms to tell us that our root chakra is imbalanced. So as we come into more awareness of our chakra system and how it works and the different associations with our chakras, we use day to day, minute by minute, hour by hour. We can use it as a useful tool to discern and understand for us what is going on in our internal system. So when I'm really feeling fear coming up for something, whether I've overcome that fear in the past or not, I know there's still some work to be done there. So I can really focus on my root chakra. I can go out into nature, connect with the earth. I can reestablish that connection. I can do energy work techniques that help to tone the root chakra and help to release maybe the dense energy that's trapped there, the old energy that's trapped there. And that helps me and helps my energy system to let go of any of those old patterns. Because you see, we have stored old energy. The energy, the burdens that we carry from previous experiences that we've had, maybe trauma, maybe karma, and the burdens of that energy may be related to fear, may be related to anxiety, pain, suffering. And they tend to get stored at these different chakras, depending on the emotional and the metaphysical association. So our fears tend to get stored at our root, very much associated with our primal connection. Those fears are very primal, instinctive feelings. It's a primal, instinctive protection that this mind-body complex has, to make sure that we are safe and that we survive in the world. We have a system, the autonomic nervous system, that, when there's a scary, danger situation, we have a fight or flight response. And the root chakra is very much a part of that, and if we are in fight or flight response, we are stimulated in that way. We have a lot of stress, a lot of scary situations, stressful situations. Our psyche starts to sit down in the root chakra, where our primal instinctive sense of place and belonging is associated. So moving up, we have our sacral. Our sacral is below the belly button, and the sacral is an orange color. It's very much associated with our relationships. It's associated with our creativity. We have womb as women, and as men also, we have the energy of the cosmic womb. The sacral chakra is also associated not just with our creativity, but our powers of manifestation also. We also store a lot and are connected to our ancestors from the space. The wisdom of the womb, the creational aspects and powers of the womb, no matter what age you are, no matter what gender you are incredible. And this portal here connects us with other realms outside of this physical reality. The sacral is associated with our sensuality, our pleasure, with also our feelings of abundance too. And when this is out of balance, we may feel, remember our trauma coming up. We may start to tap into that inherited family and inherited ancestral stuff. We might start to see patterns arising within us that we've seen in our mother, our father, our aunties, our uncles, our grandparents. Okay, we might see our creativity and our sensuality, our desire for pleasure. We might see all of that being blocked or changing. So that's the sacral, very important for doing work on past life karma, on ancestral karma. It's an area that I've spent my whole lifetime just always clearing energy, layers and layers and layers and layers of this, of the sacral, of the energy that is here. And it's a journey. Absolutely, it is a journey for many of us, women and men. So moving up, we have the solar plexus. Now, the solar plexus is our inner sun. It's like above the belly button, and this is like our central trunk. So this is where our commitment, our drive, our motivation, that real inner strength and resolve and resilience comes from. It's very much associated to that inner fire. Also, our digestive fire is here too. Our digestive system kind of comes together at this point. So when it's a yellow color related to the inner sun, and when this is out of balance, we feel stressed, we feel worry, we feel anxiety. All that kind of stuff tends to collect here at the solar plexus, more the day-to-day, shorter-term stuff. And then the older stuff gets stored further down the system, sacral and root. So this day-to-day stress, anxiety, worry is all kind of kept here. And of course, because that impacts, doesn't it, our commitment, our drive, our motivation, our focus, that we have on a day-to-day basis. When we're feeling blocks, when we're feeling like, demotivated, it's a lot to do with the energy that we're holding here, the collective stress and anxiety and worry that is just collecting day-to-day, we're not getting rid of. So one of the first things I do every day is navel pump. I pump the navel by doing certain breathwork techniques like breath of fire, forcing air out of the nose whilst pumping in at the solar plexus here. It helps to release the energy that we're storing at the solar plexus, which is so important every day to do. This is a way that we can keep clear, level-headed, and we can keep energized and motivated and committed to whatever we said that we were going to do today. It keeps us fresh and it keeps us sane. So that is the solar plexus. Now moving up, we get to the heart center, and I don't need to tell you, you all know, you feel that powerful compassion and kindness and courage of the heart. and there are more qualities of the heart. We often anchor very much our self-energy into the heart space, the resonance of our heart. The intelligence of our heart is also very powerful. It's not even possible to measure how far that goes, because scientists are now saying that it is infinite almost. So the heart energy is also very playful, very curious, very humorous. Is also an energy of clarity and of trust. So when we are in balance with this heart energy, people often, I meet students and they say, oh, someone told me my heart was closed. And it's not possible for any of your chakras to be closed. I just want to make that clear right now, because if any of those chakras were closed, you would be dead. The physical body wouldn't be alive. If that chakra was literally, you weren't getting anything from it, it would mean you were dead. The body had dropped. So our chakras are always in a flow of being more activated, being more open. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that after I've gone up the chakras, because there is a particular system by which the chakras work. There is a kind of a golden rule, shall we say, that will help you to really work with your chakra system, with your Kundalini energy. So, people might say, oh God, my heart feels heavy, or, I can feel energy, like a blocking of the heart. And, I get that. That is probably a more accurate way of speaking about how the energy is interacting or moving around the heart center. Okay. And so again, we can do energy work to really open up and enliven our heart energy. And it is the most powerful, one of the most powerful energy centers of our whole entire system. It is the main means by which we actually can protect ourselves, also protect our energy layers, and protect our mind, body, and spirit. So the heart is a real focus of energy work, and it's so central to our whole system. So moving up, we have our throat. Oh, so the heart also is a green color. Moving up to our throat, which is a light blue color. The throat is like this incredible portal of expression. It is our portal for communication. It's also connected to how we are being heard and received. So it's also a very creational center. The healing that we can create with our voice, through toning, through singing, through using certain sounds, is very powerful. It's very, very healing. And I meet people all the time, and I'm starting to realize more and more and more just how our own throat contains the healing tones that we need for our own body and our own mind. So activating the throat is so important for our own health and wellness, for our own healing. And it's really important also because as we're speaking, it's healing too. And so if what we're speaking is not in alignment with soul energy, if what we're saying is in alignment to the truth of who we are and what we are, if we are not speaking compassionately, truthfully, if what we're saying isn't aligned to our true intellect, if we're talking garbage and gossiping about people and all the rest of it, then that is going to impact the energy. That's going to impact the ability of this healing portal to do its job. So it's so important that we be mindful about our communication with ourselves and with others. So the throat is an important part to work on so that we can really activate and come into right relation and activate this portal as the energy technology, as the healing technology that it is. Moving up to the third eye is like an indigo, beautiful indigo color. And the third eye is located in the middle of the brain. That's sort of where the energy center is. And it's very much associated with the pineal gland, which is very interesting because the pineal gland has got rods and cones inside it, just like our eye, so it can perceive. It can perceive energy. It's watching something. It's creating an image that has been sent into our brain so that we can perceive something. Now, when you work with I will leave that for you to discover, because when you work with your third eye, you will start to tap into that inner vision. You'll start to see for yourself what it is that your third eye is showing you. It's very much a connection to the other realms outside of this physical reality. And it is our connection to our divine intuition. You know, our intuition, we have different aspects of our intuition. We have like this intuition connected to our gut, you know, because we have nerve plexus over here. We have intuition connected to our heart. Our heart, again, has like 40,000 nerves. So we have this like intuition that is also connected to this physical body. And then we have the intuition that our third eye brings. Now, when we're connected with our third eye, we're doing energy work here. We're very much connecting with our, with other realms, with our higher self. And so we're able to draw down another type of intuition. And we're able to blend and merge that information with all the other intuition and all the other information we're getting. And then we start to really get to a different level with our perception of the world. We start to go beyond the 5 sensory perception and into the other sensory perception, the extrasensory perception. We start to go beyond this physical body. It's very exciting. And working with the Kundalini energy really helps us to do that, because ultimately the energy is rising from the central column up through all of the chakras up to the third eye, and it's activating here. We're going inwards, we're activating this portal, we're able to travel to other dimensions. We're able to bring that information back into this physical body, to this mind, and integrate it and learn more about the world. It's also like very much the connection to higher self. It's like the seed of soul also. And finally, we have the crown, which is at the top here. And the crown is like this ultraviolet, white, kind of colorless light and energy. And it's like our crown is like, and it is one of the main means by which also energy comes in through our system. So it comes in through the root, but also through the crown. It's like this is like our antenna. It's like our connection to the other realms, to the ether, to the cosmos, to our higher self. It's a channel that as we exercise widens and widens and widens, the bandwidth widens. And as we exercise our extrasensory perception, we're also able to perceive the different energies coming in through. And we could be like, there's a sort of ancestral, I'm connecting with an ancestor, or I'm connecting with a guide, or I'm connecting with my higher self, or I'm feeling the creative intelligence feeding me information. We start to kind of we start to learn more. We start to feel the different energies coming through the crown as we exercise it more. Okay, I have a question from Vicky. Hey, Vicky, this talk is very much inspired by you, so thank you so much. What is a cool feeling in the third eye? So, and Unleash the Goddess says, I love this, working on my third eye lately. Amazing. Beautiful. And also other dimensions. What would you like to know, Unleash the Goddess, about other dimensions? Send me a specific question and I will answer that after I've gone into the third eye activation a little bit more. So Vicky, to answer your question, what is the cool feeling in the third eye? I'm actually going to go to the other bit that I was going to talk about, which is the fundamental technology of the chakras and how they work, because that's going to help you to maybe to interpret for yourself what the cooling feeling of the third eye could be. So the idea is that the lower triangle, so the lower 3 chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, is that when we work with those, we work to clear those, unblock those, unlock those chakras. Because as humans, we generally tend to carry a lot of our stagnant energy gets sort of stored in the lower triangle chakras. So as we do the work to clear those lower chakras, The Kundalini energy, which is always moving up and down, by the way, always. It's just that if we have a lot of stagnant energy, we're new to energy work, the Kundalini energy is maybe going to be moving a little bit slower. So as we start to clear the lower chakra, we're opening this channel wider so that the Kundalini energy can start to rise more effectively and faster and quicker and whatever, more abundant. And what the Kundalini energy is doing is it's activating the top chakras. So we unblock the lower chakras to activate the top chakras. So the heart, the throat, and the third eye and the crown are activators. These are portals that connect us to the higher dimensions of our own existence and also the world around us. So the heart is the cosmic consciousness, our connection to unconditional love, which is, very much ultimately what we are here to do and to learn, to explore. The throat is like our divine communication, our divine expression. It's an activator for our own healing, for our interaction with others. And the third eye is the activator of the inner portal that helps us to, bring in a different sort of intuition and also travel the other realms of this universe. So we unblock the lower and we activate the upper. So when we're doing more energy work, or we're taking our conscious awareness more to our third eye, or just spontaneously it can happen, that the third eye starts to get activated. And sometimes it can feel very concentrated at the third eye, a particular point. And sometimes it can feel like a more generalized. So a lot of people get headaches. They get a lot of headaches like in this area, and that can be also a sign of activation. And some people, as you were saying, Vicky, get a very particular kind of focused sensation. So it could be the activation of that chakra. Wonderful. So, okay, I feel like I've shared a lot. I feel like I've shared a lot of the chakras, and I would love to share with you a practice, but I've already gone to 34 minutes already on this transmission. So what I'm going to do on the Facebook page is I'm going to put a link to some chakra sadhanas, which are practices that I've already done. I have links on my YouTube channel. So please come over to the Facebook page and find the links. And you can enjoy these practices. Are really simple. They're super short. Some of them also incorporate the sounds, the bija sounds for each of the chakras. So each chakra has a sound, a seed sound, which is part of the creational sounds of the universe associated with it. And yeah, I'll teach that on one of the chakra sadhanas. So if you have watched this on IG story, then please remember to go over to my YouTube channel. You can find the links in my bio, or better still, just join the Facebook page, because that's a way that our community can engage and interact so much more. We have a lot of love going on there. We can post relevant links. It's a lot more interactive than Instagram. And if you're on the Facebook group watching this, then yeah, please check out the comments and have a look at some practices that I'm going to share that's going to help you to tone and work with your chakra system. So yes, thank you so much. If you have been inspired by this content, if you are inspired by the content I share, there are two more beautiful resources for you. One is our free online course. It's a short course called Protect Your Mind and Fields. And you can find that link on my bio. And the other is our brand new online course, massage therapists, coaches, wellness practitioners, community workers. If you're working with people on the front line in a healing or therapeutic capacity, we created a brand just for you. We were approached by people in our community who asked to put on a light touch online program that will help them to develop self-care practices. So Unleash the Goddess, the Facebook page, it's a group called Holistic Health and Wellness Community. You can find a link on my bio. I also have got my own page. They're a bit more static and less fun. The group is kind of where all the interaction is at, but make sure you follow my page as well. Vesta Tilly, thank you so much for joining again. It's so beautiful to have this amazing core group of you that show up every day and that are nourished by this content. I'm so grateful to have you as part of my tribe. What a beautiful, beautiful tribe. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And if I don't connect with you outside of here, I will see you again tomorrow. But please feel free to get in contact. Sending you so much love. Namaste. Thank you for your beautiful presence, Unleash the Goddess. Thank you.